From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fairbanks Evening News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Our top story, the U.S. Army is investigating allegations of racial Thursdays being held by a platoon of soldiers based at Fort Wainwright here in Fairbanks.
According to an Army Times article, racial Thursdays were days when soldiers in the 2nd Platoon, C Company, 3rd Battalion, 21st Infantry Regiment were permitted to use racial slurs and make racist comments. The battalion is part of the Fort Wainwright Stryker Brigade. In response to our questions, Colonel Alan Brown at U.S. Army Alaska sent an email saying they are already aware of the allegations due to a complaint being filed. He said the commander has assigned an investigating officer to conduct the inquiry. Now, Brown said the command is extremely sensitive to any complaints that involve equal opportunity or discrimination.
A Delta Junction man accused of the repeated sexual abuse of a minor is close to a plea deal with the state. 53-year-old Daniel Jensen appeared in Fairbanks Superior Court this afternoon. His defense attorney, Mike Stepovich, notified Superior Court Judge Jane Kovar there was a, quote, slim likelihood for trial. Stepovich disclosed that the case was 90% resolved and headed towards the plea deal. According to court documents, the abuse began when Jensen and his wife invited the 12-year-old victim to their Delta Junction home to model prom dresses that Jensen said he was going to sell online. The abuse eventually escalated to rape. During recorded conversations with the victim, both Jensen and his wife apologized for the abuse and admitted it occurred. Okay. The wife, Diane Jensen, recently took a plea deal and is serving a 5-year sentence. A bail hearing in the husband's case is scheduled for next week.
Trial has been delayed for the North Pole man accused of attempted murder. 28-year-old Shonda Shetler was indicted by a grand jury on 2 attempted murder charges and 4 counts of first-degree felony assault. This afternoon, his trial was pushed back to June. According to court documents, Shetler beat 2 people with a golf club at a party on Front Street last October, knocking 1 woman unconscious. The woman was medevac to Providence Medical Center in Anchorage and treated for bleeding on the brain and a fractured skull.
A Fairbanks man is in jail charged with felony assault. 34-year-old Toby Wilson was arraigned this afternoon on 2nd and 4th degree assault, as well as interfering with a report of domestic assault. According to an affidavit, Wilson beat and choked his girlfriend inside his Fairbanks residence. The woman phoned authorities for help, but Wilson hung up on them. Troopers responded to the scene where the victim was found with visible marks and injuries. She was taken to the hospital for treatment. Wilson is being held at Fairbanks Correctional Center on $7,500 bail, plus the condition of a third-party custodian.
The Tanana Chiefs 2015 annual convention wraps up today at the Westmark Hotel. The event has run all week under the theme Stronger Together for the Next 100 Years. Today, the full board of directors considered nearly 75 resolutions, the first of which honored the late George Atla Jr. by declaring April 29th as George Atla Day. 4 of the other resolutions deal directly with strengthening education in rural Alaska. They include adding bullying awareness and prevention curriculum in TCC area schools, as well as giving Native students fair and equitable access to learning Native culture and language in schools. The final 2 seek funding from the state legislature to reopen the school in Rampart, which was closed when enrollment fell below 10 students, and to protect against future school closures in the area due to low enrollment.
We have 7 schools at risk in our area: Hughes, Chalkitsik, Beaver, Dot Lake, Tanana, Anvik, and Nikolai. These are the villages that have schools that are at risk of closing with a student count between 10 and 15. Rampart School, I am happy to announce, is in the initial planning stages of reopening.
Okay, when we come back, the local Optimist Club is preparing for their annual Ladies' Night Out event.
Also, we spotlight our weekly Fairbanks Flavor with tonight's dish, a delicious pasta featuring pancetta ham. Yum. These stories and more when we return. Welcome back. It's been more than 5 months since the body of Fairbanks woman Jensen Kemsky was found off a remote trail in North Pole. Little detail has been released since then regarding the circumstances surrounding her death. Alaska State Troopers confirmed today they are still investigating the death as a homicide, but have not confirmed if there are any suspects in the case. Kemsky's body and a duffel bag full of items were found by a Freeman Road resident who came across the bloody scene while out chopping wood. Family members and law officials ask anyone with information regarding Jensen Kemsky to contact Fairbanks-based troopers at 450-6500.
The Interior Alaska Building Association's home show begins tomorrow at the Carlson Center here in Fairbanks. The unofficial kickoff to spring provides information from vendors and agencies on everything from financing to saving energy. The Alaska Housing Finance Corporation will be there with information on their recent study, which shows that more than half of all homes in Alaska were built in the 70s and 80s. AHFC offers a variety of loan and rebate programs aimed at home renovations and energy efficiency upgrades that could help fix problems that develop in other homes.
There's quite a few homes in Alaska that are aging, and it's our responsibility to bring that generation of housing into the next generation, if you will. There's lots of repairs that can be done as you can combine our renovation loan with some of the energy improvements. And if you're really savvy, you can combine that with the rebate program and get a little money back for making energy improvements as well.
So Optimist International of Fairbanks is a volunteer organization for business and professional women who work to improve the lives of women and girls. One of its main goals is to stop violence against women and human sex trafficking. So Optimist is probably best known locally for its annual Ladies Night Out event and for the Senior Wish Tree at Christmas. The Fairbanks Club is nearing a milestone that will be celebrated tomorrow night at a public event in Vonna Husby's investment office on Driveway Street across from the old train depot.
The word means best for women and girls, and we are the first and oldest service organization here in Fairbanks. We were chartered in 1940. We help women and girls to try to better their lives through education, give them resources.
And now it's time to go to Lisa's kitchen to see what she's cooking up tonight on Fairbanks Flavor.
Buonasera, good evening. Welcome to Fairbanks Flavor. I'm Lisa Gambardella, and this is my kitchen downtown in Fairbanks, Alaska at Gambardella's Pasta Bella. Today we're making a pasta Genoese. It's from Genoa, Italy, where my grandmother Rita is from. This is one of her classic dishes. Genoa is known for its pesto, which is more like a coating on top of a noodle rather than a soupy sauce. We've got some pancetta ham in here. We've got some celery, carrots, and onion, and those take a while to cook down. Get some nice fat in there from that, add a little olive oil. And now I'm gonna add the garlic. Let that get a little color and build the aroma out of there. A little bit of butter at the end so it doesn't burn. That's gonna be delicious. Add a little chicken stock, just to loosen it up a bit. Very good. I've got some prepared pesto and also some fresh sweet basil. Put some pesto in there. Oh, that's going to be great. Wow, this is a nice light dish. Easy to make, ingredients that you've got right in your kitchen. We're going to toss it. And at the end, we're going to add some nuts in there. Here's our fresh basil. We'll just tear that and pop it in there. And some delicious Parmesan cheese. Wow. You can smell all those flavors coming out. Pasta Genoese. See all our recipes at webcenter11.com and enjoy delicious Northern Italian pasta. Salute.
Brought to you by Gambardella's Pasta Bella.
That, I swear, it just makes me so hungry. Lisa, send us some food. All right, well, Mike Fussell is next with a look at how some local high school teams are performing at the state basketball tournament.
Also, he'll show you who got the top draw for the Open North American Championship Sled Dog Race. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Mike Fussell here to get you caught up on the latest local sports action. First, we take a look at how interior teams are faring at the state high school basketball tournament. Joe Cook has the report from down in Anchorage.
The 8 a.m. start time didn't affect the unbeaten West Valley girls in their opener against Thunder Mountain. Ruthie Hebert set the tone with a double-double in the first half. She finished with 12 points, 20 rebounds, 7 helpers, and 3 blocks. The Wolfpack led 25-20 at the break. The Falcons would get within 5 again, but no further as the Pack held them to just 11 made shots. Teresa Sample, who also finished with 12 points, found the stroke in the third quarter, and West Valley wins 50-37.
We just knew that we had to come out stronger and play really good defense and keep shooting, and so that's what we did.
I think all of our nerves are less gone because we only beat them by 2 last time, and then we spread the lead out a little more. So we have our nerves. My nerves are gone for sure. So I hope everyone else's are, because we know we can do this.
In the Alaska Airlines Center on Wednesday night in the 1A 2A finals, the Wainwright Huskies win the 1A girls title 62-36 over Buckland Susani. The win ends a 13-year title drought for the Huskies. Powered by Caleb Collier's 23 points and a staunch defense, the Philadelphia Sea Otters win their first ever 1A boys championship after beating Scammon Bay 62-34. In 2A, the Glen Allen Panthers girls team got big games from Sierra Virgin, Tamara Jones, and Player of the Year Ariana Dougal as they defeat the Metlakatla Miss Chiefs 51-39 for the state title. It's the Panthers' first girls title since 1983.
All the players on my team really stepped up. We all worked hard and we really played with passion.
The game of the night was the 2A boys final, a rematch between Glen Allen and Dillingham. The Wolverines led the Panthers 13-9 at the half, but shots fell for both teams in the second half. Both squads went big play for big play in a wild second half, but in the end, Glen Allen repeats as the 2A champions, winning 38-35. The Panthers sweep the 2A finals for the first time since Bristol Bay did it in 1992.
At halftime, coach just said we got to speed the game up and keep getting up shots and just get our rhythm, and that's what we did.
We knew what we needed to do on shots, and it was just a hard-fought battle, and it was good. I don't know.
And Mushers are just a day away from crossing the starting line at the Open North American Championship Sled Dog Races. And to get the community excited for the event, teams paraded their dog trucks from the Curling Club to Pioneer Park yesterday. Onlookers lined the streets to wish the Mushers and their four-legged athletes good luck before setting out on the trail. The 2-mile celebration ended with a meet and greet where fans could talk with racers and see their dogs close up. And the official draw for the ONAC was held shortly after the parade yesterday. Teams from across the world met up to pick the starting order for the race. Legendary sprint dog musher George Atla was honored with the #1 bib. Mark Hardam drew #2 and will be the first to head out at the Jeff Studdert Race Grounds. Tomorrow, Charlie Jordan will be following in the second spot, and Gary Markley will be the third musher out. Nikki Seo, who runs a kennel here in Alaska and is originally from Korea, drew the second to last spot in his first North American appearance. Despite that, Seo says he feels lucky to take part in a race he's always dreamed about.
I'm really happy to join this race because this race is my dream. I'm now into my dreams. Thank you.
And finishers continue to cross the line in Nome for the second day, completing the Iditarod. Some former champions are now in. Jeff King came in 7th. John Baker and Martin Buser came in one after the other at the 21 and 22 spots. More than 10 competitors are out of the race so far after either scratching or being disqualified. Lance Mackey and Alan Moore are still on the trail, and we'll continue to keep you updated as teams complete the nearly 1,000-mile trek. A small group of skiers pushed through the warmer than normal trails at Birch Hill last night. The competition was part of the Wednesday night race series. High temperatures have skiers looking for last-minute tune-ups and adjustments as some huge cross-country skiing events like the Sawnot Kazut are coming up. The Sawnot is set for March 28th, but registration closes tomorrow at 5 p.m. And March Madness is now in full swing. Hopefully you had the chance to enter our College Hoops Challenge. You can track your bracket and see how you stack up against the competition online at webcenter11.com. There have already been a couple big upsets, so this year is sure to be interesting. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Mike Schultz has your full weather forecast coming up next. We'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back into our Thursday night news. Mike Schultz here once again talking about weather. I just wanted to close things down today and just go outside and enjoy what a gorgeous day it was. 48 degrees for the high at the airport. I'm sure it was probably warmer in lower lying areas. And I'll tell you what, we're looking at these temperatures to cool off a little bit tomorrow and still be nice through the weekend and then warm back up again next week. So tomorrow is the first day of spring, and it will definitely be coming in with a nice flavor to it. Look at the aurora shots that were captured by Bobby Stocks in Delta Junction a couple of nights ago. We had those magnificent auroras going on. What a gorgeous shot there. You can see the green back behind there, even a little purple. And as always, if you have a photograph that you want to share with the audience, by all means, send it to photos@ktvf11.com. Nice shot, Bobby. Good job. Here's your almanac right now. 46 degrees still after a high of 48. Our overnight low last night, 19 degrees. The record high, 54, if you can believe that, in 1915. The record low, 35 below in 1928. Your sunrise and sunset, 12 hours and 15 minutes of daylight, a gain of 7 minutes from yesterday. And the satellite picture today is looking like this. Again, not a whole lot to talk about. All the cloudiness down to the south. Things are looking really good to the north of the Fairbanks area and to the northwest and west. Everything is being pushed all the way down to the south of the Alaska Range once again. And even over southeast Alaska, it doesn't look too bad. Just a few areas of scattered shower activity there. What's going on across the rest of the state on the map? Well, there are the showers around the Ketchikan area. Juneau having a few sprinkles, 46 degrees, but 50 degrees at Ketchikan. Not a bad day in Anchorage. Sunshine, 40 degrees there. Showers around Kodiak, 42. A little cooler around Cold Bay. Actually, quite a bit cooler at Nome, 27 degrees there. Barrow at 7 degrees below zero. And Fort Yukon, 34 above. Lower 48 weather, again, not too much going on in the western side of the country. As you can see, temperatures very nice. 80 degrees in Vegas, 48. A little cooler around Denver. Showers around the Dallas area. More thunderstorms rumbling across the deep south in the bayou country there. A little bit of light snow to the north of New York, and around the Great Lakes, temperatures right around 50 degrees in Minneapolis. And the satellite radar showing a little more activity than last night. We're looking at a little more scattered shower activity, no real organized storm systems, as the jet stream is so far to the north, it's not allowing anything to happen. And on the west coast, you see a few clouds moving on shore, but maybe just a few sprinkles in the Seattle area. And as far as what lies ahead for tomorrow for the Seattle area, you can see showers are expected to move in with more warm temperatures once again across much of the western half of the country. The overall outlook for the jet stream to remain well to the north, allowing just a showers over the northwest, some activity across the Great Lakes, and more showers and thunderstorms across the deep south. Well, the rest of the nation remains high and dry and warm. Very nice weather. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow. Scattered snow showers for Barrow, mostly cloudy skies for Nome, and mostly sunny skies for the Fort Yukon area. Here in the interior, another beautiful day. Lots of sunshine and temperatures right around the low 40s to mid 40s at Healy. While over southeast Alaska, rain back in the forecast, rain diminishing for Juneau, but a chance of rain once again developing for the Ketchikan area. Over to the southwest, it looks like for the most part scattered showers for Cold Bay and Kodiak with mixed rain and snow for Bethel. And down around the Anchorage Bowl, we're looking at abundant sunshine at Anchorage and Valdez with scattered clouds in Homer. Okay, time once again for our weather fact as the kids are continuing their joyful departure from school for a week for a spring break. In 2006, Denver, Colorado had 2.5 feet of snow in a 36-hour period. You can imagine the calamity that caused. And again, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank for sponsoring our kids' weather. And next week, we'll have kids back here from the Northern Lights Academy. It is a Thursday night, time for our road conditions on the Dalton and Elliott Highway. Drifting snow with some wind, icy patches, and black ice. And the same can be said for the Steese Richardson highways. Snow on the roadway, black ice once again with the melting, icy patches. And if you head on the Parks Highway, icy patches, rough ice on some of the roads, and many wet spots that'll be freezing overnight. So keep that in mind. Again, thanks to Jose Body and Paint and the State of Alaska's Department of Transportation. All right, here's your forecast for tonight. 10 degrees for the overnight low, scattered high clouds and warmer. Possible auroras, about a 4 category, so you might have a chance to see some more auroras tonight. Tomorrow's forecast, lots of sunshine, but not nearly as warm as today. It'd be awful hard to top that 48 degrees we had today. The extended forecast, cooling off a little bit on Saturday and Sunday, then warming back up again, right around 40 degrees all the way through the 5-day period. Overnight lows will also once again be cooling off a little bit over the weekend, but then warming back up again as you see the high temperatures, or overnight lows, I should say, in the mid-teens above. And like I said, tomorrow's the first day of spring, and we're greeting it with lots of sunshine.
Can't complain.
No.
And it's beautiful.
Well, it's melting more than I thought it would be, but I didn't know how high it got today, actually.
48 just blew me out of the water.
48, that was good.
Not expecting that. It was nice. It was really nice.
I had my windows down today, that's for sure.
Well, you don't want it to melt too quickly because then we get into the trouble of all of the backups and all that kind of stuff.
Coming back.
I don't know, it just can't melt quick enough for me.
Get your Ice Classic tickets too. Remember, April 5th is the cutoff date.
Yeah, because it'll melt by April 5th.
The way things are going, I wouldn't doubt it.
Very good. Thanks, Mike. And that will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Tonight on NBC Nightly News, the chief of the Secret Service is grilled over surveillance tapes. That's up next with Lester Holtz.
And join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
From all of us here at the News Center, we hope you have a good night.